Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on this show, and I'm here to talk about some wrestling news, so let's get right into it. So the first thing I want to talk about here is per a report that came out last night. So, remember when William Regal first came to AEW, when he was there, during his time? So apparently there was a incident last year between William Regal and CM Punk. Remember, CM Punk just got fired from his AEW contract after the incidents he'd had with the Elite this year, with Jack Perry. And apparently last year he had a third incident between what was reported William Regal. It just never ends. One of the last dudes that I would think you'd have a backstage issue with is William Regal. I mean, out of all people. But if this is true, I don't know. Who's reported by? Who witnessed this? If this is true, I'll eat my words, but I'm sorry. He left nearly a year ago. This would have been before. This incident would have been before that. Which, as much shit that gets leaked from AEW, especially where Punk was involved, it's hard to believe this is legit. I think all the other stuff's legit. Obviously, the Elite stuff, the Jack Perry stuff, those issues, suspensions, that was legit. But is this really true though? I don't believe this shit. Because who's reporting this? Who witnessed this? I believe Fightful reported it. So yeah, basically my words. Well, actually no, this is coming from Cassidy Haynes of BodySlam.net. So take this with a grain of salt. So, but it seems more backstage stories about his tenure with the company are coming out. So, when William Regal signed with AEW last year, it was well received by the fans and the wrestlers in the company because of his wealth of knowledge from the decades in the wrestling business. He was also valiant in front of the camera and was an integral part of the Blackpool Combat Club stable. However, his run ended less than a year later. Now he's back in WWE working behind the scenes on the main roster. There have been some questions about his quick exit from the company, and now word's coming out via Cassidy Haynes of BodySlam.net that there was a backstage incident between Regal and CM Punk last year. Haynes cited, quote, multiple sources telling him that the incident happened when Regal made his AEW debut, and it was Punk who refused to shake Regal's hand. Punk reportedly got in Regal's face and told him that he didn't like him because he was a, quote, stooge for Triple H, and he didn't trust him. Regal and Triple H's friendship dates back to the 1990s when they both wrestled in WCW. There's been plenty of, speculation on Punk's future, and I don't have the situation with Regal could be a factor how WWE feels about Punk coming back. A lot of people thinking, oh, the CM Punk could come back to WWE, but with William Regal now back there, main roster, we're behind the scenes. Apparently, this incident between him and William Regal, CM Punk and William Regal last year, this could be a factor of whether CM Punk comes back, if this is true or not. That determines if this is true, because this is via BodySlam.net. I mean, we'll see. I don't know if this is actually true, because I would trust if it was Fightful Select, Sean Ross Sapp, but I would definitely think this is real, because of all the past CM Punk incidents. So I'd believe it. So yeah, former WWE star Lana CJ Perry is joined All Elite Wrestling. That's what they got for CM Punk. I mean, I agree that CM Punk should have been gone, but that's what they got. That's what they got. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I guess she's now All Elite, which is kind of hard to care about, to be honest. But I mean, she is kind of fun, so I ain't gonna complain. But I mean, it's good to see her, literally. But I mean, it's kind of hard to care because I didn't consider her a quote star. She didn't really do fucking nothing. So Kurt Angle, he basically talked about WWE and AEW, and he's basically said WWE is worth $9 billion. Tony Khan has money, but not WWE money. I mean, Endeavor has that money, and they'll cut jobs as soon as they take over layers. I mean, they don't even have that money. Endeavor's taking on debt to buy WWE, and is actually still in debt from taking on UFC and later buying out Zofa. They were $5 billion in the red before signing on to buy WWE. So they're not. Endeavor doesn't even have that money. They're actually don't really have that much. I mean, Khan's family's actually worth $12.1 billion according to Forbes. I mean, his daddy is, not Tony. But I mean, maybe no comment is the best comment, not to just rile up the fans. Basically argue again, oh, the company's better. I don't know, it's kind of sometimes no comment is the best comment, not to say anything. Seth Rollins just hit 100 days as the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, so 100 days as the champion. Do people actually count day by day the champ, like they're champions? Like, so, Sean Ross Saint reported this morning, CM Punk, we have some more things about CM Punk. CM Punk's side of things claimed there was a meeting set up in Atlanta ahead of the double taping. Those close to him had heard that too. Basically a follow up to what I talked about when the Elite, CM Punk were gonna have like a meeting to bury the hatchet, but the Elite canceled last minute. And so the Elite side of things claimed it wasn't happening and wasn't ever agreed upon their side. This will likely remain a tale of two sides. We've seen way worse in wrestling history from other stars, not the biggest of CM Punk fans, but Khan crapped the bed on his handling from what we know. Like, CM Punk should have been fired, because I think AEW can still be good without Punk, but Collision's definitely going to suffer. But maybe not. Maybe we'll see the Switchblade Jay White carry Collision. But I think it's going to be a tale of two sides where the Elite will say, oh, this is never going to happen. CM Punk's side saying, oh, this is going to happen, we're going to bury the hatchet. Honestly, a lot of this could have been avoided if things were just communicated better. Especially for AEW with the Elite being the EVPs. But they are children. And they can't fucking communicate. If Tony Khan was actually a boss, it's probably not a good idea having your EVPs as wrestlers as well. But the Elite are freaking children. Freaking acting like children. Charmin Ultra Soft. Kind of seems like a Tony Khan problem as well. The entire thing, this thing falls on Tony as well. Could have been freaking avoided. Still insane to me, he let a talent sit right next to him and attack a talent / EVP like he did. If that's true, Tony Khan, I don't know who canceled the meeting. But it's just so exhausting. This probably be a tale of two sides that keeps coming out, but whatever. To be honest. Tony Khan, during the media scrum last night, he's confirmed that Jack Perry's been suspended indefinitely following AEW All In. It's alright. I mean, it's okay. He'll probably come back and get big paydays anyways. I guess he wasn't able to make TK fear for his life to warrant being fired. I mean, I don't know if an indefinite... Oh, that was a joke, by the way, but... I don't know about indefinite suspension. If they already reached conclusion, shouldn't they know if he was more of a victim, or if he did something worthy of an indefinite suspension? Seems crazy. Yeah, that's really his first warning. If he does it again, he should get fired like CM Punk. Tony Khan says he can't comment on the terms of CM Punk's release in relation to a non-compete clause. That's his response to everything is, oh, no comment, no comment. Well, I mean, this he probably can't really have comment on right now, but I don't know. I don't know if he'll even go back to WWE for what I talked about at the start. Christian Cage said in the media scrum that Tony Khan's re-signed to a quote big fat contract. It's good for him. He's been one of the highlights during all of this AEW He's been an important figure for Collision as well, and his segments always do well. So good in the mic, burying dead fathers. He's been doing good as the self-proclaimed TNT champion. Tony Khan also talked about something from the women's division. He said, hopefully we'll get Jade Cargill back soon. How about properly utilizing your roster you already have for once? I know people say can't feel the same unless she's improved. AEW just didn't really book her correct. She's a good wrestler. It's just I don't know about the division. To be honest, just the division's just shit. But yeah, it's really all to say for the wrestling stuff, so until next time, I'm out. Peace.